Actually, here's a piece of advice to anyone who wants to VTuber is like new. If I go to your Twitter and I just see flat on images of your model, I'm going to get the impression that it's not rigged and I couldn't watch you anywhere and you're not ready yet. Now, if that's the truth and you, like this person have in your bio, like debut TBA, that's fair, but you're not going to get much out of this effort. You're really not going to get much. And if I scroll through this person's Twitter, they have like 2-3 likes on these posts. Make content. Don't worry about it right now. Come up with ideas, watch other people's content, script out things that you want to record later when your model is done, and then as soon as your model is done, record all those videos or those shorts or whatever and go for it. Right? Like, then you start posting it. You'll get way more mileage out of using your time that way. They made a whole post where they did a showcase of their model where they just zoomed in on several like details of it, and it has 5 likes, and they're posting stuff like this every day. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, you could instead of like cropping all these and then posting, it doesn't take that much time, but like use that time on scripting, I think. And then the other piece of advice I want to give is this person reposts like people that they seem to be friends with, like all of their posts. So when I scroll through their Twitter, I see like a million retweets of other VTubers that aren't them. I think it's okay to retweet some of your friends' stuff, but if you retweet so much of it that I see more of other VTubers' faces and content on your Twitter than seeing you, then I do not learn anything about you when I scroll, and I'll stop scrolling after a few posts. Right, I can't tell who you are, I don't know what your content is, I don't know what you're about at all. So if you retweet a lot and you don't post enough of your own stuff to have it in between every post, you look like you only retweet stuff. And maybe you stream, but I wouldn't even know that because I wouldn't see any posts related to it, you know what I mean? So I think people really need to think about that, You just don't want to give people the wrong impression that they go to your Twitter and they think you don't do anything. Maybe you don't yet, but, you know, again, first impressions are most important. So if you don't have anything to show, don't spend your time trying to promote nothing because you have nothing. Start, like I said, start scripting stuff or just watching other content and getting that stuff in your brain, right? Just get all of that in your brain so you start to understand what you'd like to do, what you'd like to try, and now you have a list of things to try as soon as you're actually, like, you know, your model's done, you're making content or whatever. To be honest, become content pilled. Yeah, it takes a long time to develop that, so it'd be good. Ombre said, never thought about scripting. I mean, what do you think content is, right? I don't mean this to be mean, but like, what do you think content is? It's either, when you think about it critically, it's either someone scripted something and then read it back out, recorded it to make a video, or it's live streamed content. So if you don't have a model yet and you can't make content that is streamed, it doesn't mean that you have to be stopped and you can't create content. You can still make so much progress on it with the scripting part, right? And I think a lot of people forget that. They're like, oh, I don't have a model yet, so I'm not going to try making anything because I can't. And I'm like, yeah, you can. Actually, you can get like the hard part done, right? And then as soon as you have your model, it's just like recording mode. So if you just sit and think like realistically, like what kinds of content are out there and what could I do without my shit being done, there's still a lot you could do, right? That's kind of the point I want to make there. There's so much time you could save yourself for later. And then you could have a really strong start, you know? But I think a lot of VTubers got it into their mind that they have to be streamers, and they like all try to become streamers, and I don't think it's the right route for everyone, especially because like streaming takes a lot of hours to get anything out of it, but you could spend arguably fewer hours just making a fuck ton of shorts and be a shorts god. Straight up. Why not? Why not just do that first? Honestly, why stream for your first like 6 months instead of just purely doing like shorts and some videos and things and then start streaming if you want to stream, right? I think if I started today, I'd do that. Shorts are iffy. Everything's iffy. Well, that's literally everything's iffy. I mean, only like 0.01% of people even make it in content at all, you know? But you have more of a chance of being randomly found when you have nothing on YouTube versus than on doing that on Twitch or Twitter, right? It's just like it's so hard to make it work out when you have nothing on those platforms. Whereas on YouTube, if you make a fresh account and you just start posting stuff, as long as that stuff is good, YouTube always like tries to give you some recommendations, at least to start with, right? So I feel like that's like, it's less time consuming and it's a better spot to put your energy into. And then if it starts to work or it doesn't work, or maybe certain things work, you can figure out your content and really think about it critically, right? But if you're just like, I'm going to peepo stream, I'm going to get a model and I'm just going to stream and I'm just going to do that for months, and you're not really streaming to many people, you don't have enough viewers or people around commenting on things to get really good feedback to know what's working. It's like not enough of a data set, right? So it's hard to figure out like what you should be doing. And I think, you know, arguably if it's a hobby, you should just do whatever you want. But at the same time, if you do intend to grow, because people who say they don't want to grow are you know, I'd say nine out of 10 times they're lying. They would like it. They're just trying to not look like they want money, because that's fair. Not everyone's trying to make it a money thing. They all want it to grow so that they can feel like they're doing a good job, right? I think it's good to do something where you potentially at least can grab more people seeing it, so you get more feedback, so you know what to improve on, right? So I don't know. I just think about it. I'm like, yeah, if I start today, I'd just do shorts, and then if they worked out, then I'd consider streaming. Right? You could grab a PNG up and down like Machinima and do comedy skits like Haruka. Yeah, you don't even need any. Look at all the YouTubers that just do content with their voice only and some random images. Like you could do that to sort of like get used to being a content creator and learning how to do it, do the thing. And then later on decide if you even want that other stuff. Why shorts over longer videos? Making longer videos, scripting them out, everything is hard. It's hard to make quality videos like that. There's a reason why most streamers, their only videos are just stream highlights and not like things made for YouTube, like white glove YouTube only content kind of thing. Also, yeah, the shorts algo is a bit more forgiving. It's a bit more forgiving. It's more likely to be launched a little bit. But yeah, shorts, because they are short, they're a little easier to make, and you don't have to script out a long thing. So if you have an idea but you don't know how to make that idea into 10 minutes of content, you know, we'll make it into like 30 seconds, boom, right? So I think if you are a content creator who's starting out and you don't really know that much about content, you're much better off trying to just make shorts work out for you, and then from there maybe doing a bigger video. If you start off with long videos, I think most people have a hard time, personally. I don't know, because I feel like you used to, I kind of miss old YouTube, right? You used to be able to make super casual content and just be like, this is me vlogging, and you barely edited it, right? It was just cuts and people hanging out in a car or something. And that was great. That got so many views. Nowadays, things are so edited that they're edited more than TV shows are. And you probably don't have the budget to do that when you're starting out, right? Like, it's really hard. It's really hard. So I think it's better to start with shorts, to be honest. I don't know. Yeah, longer content takes more time to produce. Yeah, because you could shit out like 20 shorts, or you could make like one long video that might not get picked up by the algo, and you just end up wasting more time. Whereas you could build up your channel with shorts very slowly, but maybe if you're consistent, you can build something and then try releasing a long video, and it'll have way more of a chance because at least you have some subscribers, right? I don't know. I'm just trying to think about like what's most efficient here. Because most people, when they're starting out, they're college students, and they should not be devoting their life to content. They should be devoting their life to college, or they're in like their first job or two, and they're working, and they don't have time to like go crazy on content. So I don't know. I think you're just better off making some damn shorts, to be honest. Limes has been hopping off the shorts just by doing pre-recorded short vlogs where she talks about stuff. Yeah, I've actually talked to her about doing that, because I told her I wanted to do that a long time ago, and then I just didn't, because I just do it on stream already. And she was like, you should just take things you talk about on stream that you find interesting and just do them again. Right? Like, jot down topics that you talked about that day that you liked talking about, and then discuss them again. And I was like, yeah, you know, you're right. You're right. I should. Is shorts or shorter form content advisable, though, if you're interested in doing variety, especially to find what niche works for you? So you could do variety on your Twitch, but then narrow down the scope of what you post on your channel, or have multiple channels with different scopes. Like, I don't really post a lot of GTA stuff on my other channels. Like, I've posted a little bit here and there, but it's mostly just focused on the Clips channel, right? Like, that's it. That's all. The main channel is still me just doing, like, GEEGA chat and talking related stuff, and it's stuff that nowadays it isn't really anything highlighted from stream. It's all stuff that I film separately just for YouTube, right? So each channel has a little bit of a flavor to it, if that makes sense. So if you're a variety streamer but you have something consistent to what you're doing, take that thing that is consistent, throw out the stuff that's inconsistent, and put that consistent stuff on one channel, right? And you don't need to post something every day. You could do like a banger short every other week and you'll be all right. I think 1 week is like the sweet spot from what people have been saying, but still. Said Thor seems to do that too, but he's established enough that